very primitive forms of life, because without sunlight, there's no photosynthesis, no plants, no food chains like we know them. The energy supply is just too small. So, as far as we know, complex life probably still needs a star. But simple life? Not necessarily. On Earth, some of the oldest and toughest organisms live off chemical energy deep underneath. Surviving without the sun, bacteria in caves, microbes beneath glaciers, and even weird life forms near boiling vents at the bottom of the sea. They might thrive by tapping into the chemistry around them. These are called chemoautotrophs, and they might be exactly the kind of life that's most common in the universe. We'll just have to wait and see. So, to recap, life might be floating in alien atmospheres, hiding in baby star clouds, or stuck deep underground, eating cosmic rays and radioactive things. If all of these theories turn out to be correct, it's not just exciting, it's revolutionary. Life doesn't need ideal conditions. It adapts, it endures, and maybe it's everywhere. Not to mention that there still might be some complex life forms out there. We just can't see them. Or maybe they're staying silent, like the universe is a dark forest. Space is just that huge. By the time the James Webb Space Telescope captures something, it might already be gone. Until ET sends us that message. If we don't want to feel alone in the universe, even a microscopic cell counts.
We've finally found them. Let's go get their planet. A creature stares at the data flashing on a super high-tech translucent screen. Their space station is many light years away from Earth. They were waiting for this signal for a long, long time. They jumped into spaceships and rushed toward Earth, and they don't come as tourists or friends. They are out to conquer. No worries, it's just a hypothetical scenario, but humanity did send a message into space back in 1974. They aimed it at a star cluster 25,000 light years away. If the message ever reaches someone, they'll know who we are, what we're made of, and creepiest of all, exactly where we live. So why would someone send out such info? Back in the 1970s, the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico had just gone through a major upgrade. The scientists really wanted to show off the power of this massive radio telescope, and they found a way. Instead of just listening out for possible signals from other civilizations, they flipped the script and sent one. The mastermind behind it was Frank Drake, a legendary astronomer known for the Drake equation. It's a formula to estimate how many intelligent civilizations might exist in the galaxy. He teamed up with Carl Sagan, and they created a message in binary code, just ones and zeros, that described humanity. The whole thing was squeezed into just 1,679 bits. Why that number? Because it's the product of two prime numbers, 73 and 23. If you arrange the bits into a rectangle of 73 rows and 23 columns, you get a pixelated picture, kind of like early 8-bit video games. So what exactly did we send? First of all, the numbers 1 to 10. Second, the atomic numbers for hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus, the building blocks of DNA. There was also a rough diagram of our DNA structure, a stick figure of a human. Yep, a stick man, I'm not kidding. Then there was also our average height and the human population at the time, about 4.3 billion. Oh, and they did include the location of our planet in a diagram of our solar system, and also a drawing of the Arecibo telescope itself. They aimed the message at Messier 13. It's a huge ancient cluster with hundreds of thousands to millions of stars in one place. Imagine how many prospective planets could be there. The cluster is about 25,000 light-years away. That means it will take 25,000 years for the message to get there, and another 25,000 years for any reply to reach us. So, realistically, we won't be getting a new phone who dis text from extraterrestrial creatures anytime soon. The whole thing was meant more as a symbolic gesture, as a way to flex human intelligence and celebrate our tech. Even Carl Sagan says it was kind of like launching a bottle into the cosmic ocean. Sounds cool, but not everyone agrees it was a good idea. Over the years, the Arecibo message has sparked a lot of controversy. Because, here's the thing, what if someone does hear us? And what if they're not friendly? One of the most brilliant physicists in history, Stephen Hawking, famously warned against actively trying to contact extraterrestrial civilizations. He explained that when advanced civilizations have met less advanced ones on Earth, it usually ended badly. And by badly here, I mean horrible things like colonization and many people losing their lives. Hawking said trying to contact some creatures without knowing who's out there could lead to someone coming to raid Earth for resources, then move on. And the famous physicist is not alone here. Plenty of modern scientists argue that sending signals into deep space is reckless. We don't know who's out there. We don't know what they want. And now they know exactly where to find us. The scariest part is that even if we regret sending the message, it's already gone and we can't take it back. It's flying through space right now at the speed of light. Like a cosmic postcard we can't unsend. Since Arecibo, we haven't stopped, but gotten even bolder. In 2008, scientists sent a Beatles song across the universe toward the North Star, which is 433 light-years away from Earth. The song is traveling at the speed of light and should reach its goal in the year 2441. The scientists digitized the song into a data stream, so endless ones and zeros, and blasted it as a radio signal using the DSS-63 dish in Madrid. That dish is about 3/4 as tall as the Statue of Liberty, and it wasn't the first time music traveled into space. Former Beatle Paul McCartney beamed his first intergalactic concert to the International Space Station in 2005 and loved the idea of the new launch. In 2013, some extraterrestrial enthusiasts started a whole crowd-funded lone signal project. The project's beacon was sending tiny 144-character messages, kind of like cosmic tweets, from everyday people on Earth to a red dwarf star named Gliese 526. It's 17.6 light-years away from Earth and it doesn't have any known planets. The message could reach it in 18 years. There was one part made up of a sequence of prime numbers to explain physics and where we are in the galaxy. It had enough clues so that whoever's listening could crack the next part, the human language messages. The second layer was the fun part, the 144-character citizen messages sent from the Lone Signal website. They could be in any language and say pretty much anything. Anyone joining the beaming community could send their first message free, but after that, each new one cost 25 cents. They were hoping to raise $100 million to build a global network of satellite dishes, so we could beam messages all across the Milky Way. But oops, the project ran out of cash just after a couple of months. With our current tech, we could send anything into space, from entire encyclopedias, 3D models, to digital DNA into the stars. But the big question is, who will hear it? And what if they want to wipe us out without even leaving their planet? The wildest part is that some people think some mysterious they have already found us. On the night of August 15, 1977, scientists at Ohio State University's Big Ear Observatory spotted a mysterious deep space signal. It was exactly in the spot where guys from the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence organization had been hoping to find something. The signal lasted 72 seconds, was super strong, and then completely vanished. For years, many people believed it was a signal from some unknown extraterrestrial civilization and were hoping to hear from them again. But then, in 2020, scientists spotted mini-WOW signals. Tiny, much weaker versions of the famous 1977 one. Back in the 70s, scientists didn't know about magnetars, those super powerful neutron stars with insane magnetic fields. The original WOW researchers guessed maybe a hydrogen cloud was behind it, but they couldn't explain how it got so loud. Those massive clouds of hydrogen float through space and constantly give off radio signals. Astronomers have been using them for decades to map the shape of our Milky Way. but they're never usually powerful enough to match the wow signal unless something, like a magnetar, gives them a little boost. It sounds like a really legit explanation for that mysterious signal, but we can't be 100% sure it was that. And just the same way, we can't be 100% sure if the Arecibo message was a brilliant step forward or a potentially dangerous mistake. We won't know for thousands of years, if ever. The Arecibo telescope collapsed in 2020. After nearly 60 years of exploring space, the giant dish fell apart and was eventually demolished. But the message lives on. It's still flying through space across star systems we've never seen. Maybe one day, someone will hear it, and maybe they'll reply with something we've been dreaming about for centuries. You're not alone. Did you know that Volusia County in Florida is considered the shark bite capital of the world? Since the 80s, there have been over 300 reported shark bites in New Smyrna Beach. Just for comparison, that's twice as many as in neighboring Brevard County. The water there is super wavy and full of sea creatures, so sharks can't really tell the difference between your foot and a tasty fish snack. But there are definitely other places that are even more dangerous. Take Darwin, up in northern Australia, for example. The ocean there is basically a buffet of danger. This city's coast is famous for having tons of saltwater crocodiles. And did I mention the Irukandji jellyfish? They're super tiny. You can barely see them before they hit you with a venomous sting that makes you feel like it's doomsday. These see-through little creatures cause insane pain and can send your blood pressure through the roof. So if you're thinking of taking a dip in Darwin and see one of these warning signs, maybe just don't. If someone suggests going for a swim in Cipolite Beach in Mexico, do yourself a favor and run the other way. For starters, this place was a hippie hotspot back in the 70s. And let's just say some visitors there prefer to skip the swimsuits altogether, if you know what I mean. But the real problem is the water. The waves and currents over there are wild and can change direction like they've got a mind of their own. So unless you've got a thing for getting tossed around by the ocean, skip Cipolite. Speaking of waves that'll mess you up, let's talk about Hanakapiai Beach. It's a remote spot with turquoise waters and golden sand in Hawaii. Sounds like paradise, right? Wrong. This place is famous for strong currents that will drag you deep into the ocean, faster than you can say aloha. It's believed that over 80 people have drowned there in recent decades. The waves are so powerful that they come all the way up to the shoreline. And if you get swept away by the ocean, hold on to hope, my friend, because there's absolutely no lifeguards out there to hear your screams. Welcome to the Skeleton Coast. Yep, it totally sounds like a horror movie title, and honestly, it kinda is. The name comes from how, one day, whale and seal bones just randomly started showing up on the shore. But these days, the place is even spookier because hundreds of ships have wrecked there over the centuries. And you can literally see their rusty remains scattered along the beaches. The Skeleton Coast gets even creepier thanks to something called the Benguela Current. This ocean current keeps the skies all foggy for most of the year. Plus, the ocean there is seriously rough. So let's just say it's definitely not the place you want to be floating around on your back. Oh, Brazil. What a dreamy summer destination, with the whole northeast region full of warm waters and stunning views. But there's a not-so-great reputation too. Sharks! Boa Viagem Beach is basically plagued by bull and tiger shark attacks. Even with all the please, please don't go in the water signs along the shore, some people still ignore them. Mostly because they think those sharp-toothed creatures are way out there in the deep ocean. But no, they're actually lurking in the shallow waters, just waiting for you to stick one foot in. One minute you're like, let me check the water temperature, and the next minute, you're shark lunch. This place is so dangerous that even lifeguards don't train on the beach anymore. So just promise me you'll stay on the sand, okay? But hey, if sharks are actually your jam, let me tell you about Kansbai in South Africa. This little fishing town in the Western Cape is basically the red carpet for great white sharks. Cage diving there is super popular and considered safe. But free swimming? Yeah, that's a hard pass. And it's not just because you might be swimming around and suddenly hear that Jaws music playing in your head. Nope. The ocean there is gorgeous, but seriously wild. The waters are treacherous and the currents are insanely strong. So if getting tossed around by the ocean like you're in a washing machine sounds like your idea of fun, come on down to Kunsby. Just remember, you've been warned. Who doesn't love a great hot spring, right? But if you ever come across this spot on the island of Dominica, don't go thinking it's just like some natural spa. I'm talking about the Boiling Lake. It looks like a beautiful place to relax, but hiding beneath the surface is volcanic magma. So this water is crazy hot. When it was first discovered, the temperature of the lake ranged from 180 to 197 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's part of what makes the Boiling Lake one of the most dangerous places in the world to go for a swim. I just hope you're gonna pick a much safer spot. So if you're looking for a relaxing day by the ocean without risking your life with dangerous creatures or huge waves, you gotta check out these safe beaches around the world. First up, we've got Bora Bora in French Polynesia. There are a couple of reasons why this place became a major tourist destination. It's all about calm, crystal clear waters and stunning views. It's true that there are some sharks out there, but they're not aggressive at all. Next, there's Paradise Lagoon in Jericoacoara, Brazil. It's got warm, calm waters where you can relax while chilling in hammocks suspended right over the sea. Now, if you're craving some diving but want to keep it safe, try heading to Bonaire in the Caribbean. It's considered an easy diving spot where you can see colorful giant sponges, seahorses, turtles, and all sorts of other chill creatures. Plus, there are quite a few shipwrecks to explore. And while divers should be aware that sharks might be around, encounters are pretty rare and usually not dangerous. Fingers crossed. Because the truth is, even if the spot seems perfectly fine, you're still gonna need some cool life hacks to keep your time in the ocean super safe. First off, no matter what your swimming ability is, always swim with a buddy. The ocean can be super unpredictable, so you have to look out for each other. If you're with a group and the ocean looks rough, do a head count when you get in, buddy up, and count everyone again when you leave the water. Also, always swim in areas that are supervised by a lifeguard. And seriously, do not ignore the warning signs. They're not just there for decoration or to make the beach look cool. They're there to keep you safe. If ocean conditions are rough but not totally life-threatening, you might see a yellow flag on the beach. Red flags warn swimmers about serious hazards in the water. One red flag usually means there's a dangerous current. 2 red flags means conditions are so dangerous that even the strongest swimmers should stay out of the water. Next, don't dive into unfamiliar waters. What looks deep might actually be super shallow. Always test the waters and check what's ahead by going in feet first. It's much safer. And last but definitely not least, promise me you will never, ever swim if you see a thunderstorm heading your way. And that's for the same reason you should never stick a hairdryer in the bathtub. Water conducts electricity, so if lightning strikes the ocean, it spreads out, and that could be game over for you. So just stay out of the water, and preferably head home as soon as you can. So there you have it, my friend. Enjoy the ocean and have a blast this summer. Just remember these tips so you don't end